This might sound boring, but it's the single most powerful strategy to getting you funded fast. And I've used this exact system to help over 1,500 entrepreneurs and business owners secure more than $90 million in funding. It's literally the difference between getting denied or low limit approval or getting 6 figures in credit lines approved. And it also took me from being a broke Marine Corps veteran, driving for Uber during COVID, to building a multi-million-dollar business and real estate portfolio. Look, you're trying to start or scale a business, but you keep hitting a wall. You don't have the capital, and you think you need a perfect business plan or some revolutionary idea to get funded. You fear that taking on funding is just taking on more debts, and that fear is what holds most people back. Here's the truth. Funding without a plan is just debt. Funding with a plan is capital. This so-called boring system is your blueprint. You need to understand how banks actually think and give them exactly what they want to see. When you do this, you can even get banks to compete to give you 0% funding. Just like my client who went from 580 credit score to securing $150,000 in 0% business funding, or the 25-year-old who bought a profitable pool cleaning company with almost no money down. My mission is to help you break free from the limitations of your finances and unlock true freedom. And I'm going to distill over 10,000 hours of experience, what I've learned reviewing over 4,000 credit reports and talking to hundreds of bank underwriters and business relationship managers into the next 15 minutes. I'm going to show you 3 boring but critical pillars to getting funded. How to build a bulletproof personal credit profile that banks cannot ignore or deny. The secret to structuring your business so it looks like a perfect lending candidate, and the credit stacking strategy that multiplies your funding approvals. If you're new to the channel, my name is Colin and I read Rich Dad Poor Dad when I was just 13 years old, and I became obsessed with all things credit, finance, and investing. I even followed in Robert Kiyosaki's footsteps and enlisted in the Marine Corps at 18 years old, where I saw firsthand what his book warned about, that no one teaches financial education in school. The Marines around me were defaulting on cars and credit cards, so I got certified in credit repair to fix their credits, and fast forward to today, I run an 8-figure credit repair and funding business, and I make these videos to help you avoid all their mistakes. Now, most people think getting business funding starts with the business. They're wrong. It starts right here with your personal credit. Let's start with the foundation that makes everything else possible. Before we even talk about LLCs or business plans, we need to master this. A strong personal credit profile is your golden ticket that gets you into the door with any lender for any amount. You can have the best business idea in the world, but if your personal credit is a mess, banks see you as a liability. I've seen millionaires with poor credit get denied for basic loans, and it's not about how much money you have, it's about how you manage it. Your FICO score is built on 5 factors. First, payment history. This makes up 35% of your score. It's non-negotiable. Lenders see one late payment and their confidence in you plummets. It's like a bad tattoo on your financial record. Set up auto pay on every single account the moment you open it, even if it's just minimum payments. It takes 2 minutes to do and can save you years of score recovery. So if you have a late payment already, don't accept it. Call the lender or watch our Goodwill guides and trainings. And if you've been a good customer, they'll often remove it. Second is credit utilization. That's 30% of your score. Carrying high balances tells lenders you're overextended. Stay below 30%, but if you want elite funding results, aim for under 9%. If you've got a $10,000 limit, your statement should close with under $900. Don't aim for 0. Lenders want to see that you use credit responsibly. A small balance paid off in full is ideal. Moving revolving debt into a personal loan can instantly drop your utilization and cause a massive score increase as well. We call it debt consolidation. Third is length of credit history. Older accounts are like fine wine. They get better with age. Closing old cards shortens your average age of accounts and can drop your score. So never close your oldest cards. Put a small recurring bill on them and set it to auto pay. Fourth, credit mix. Lenders want to see you can handle different types of credit. Have both revolving accounts and get at least one installment loan like a personal loan or auto loan. That small personal loan can give you a healthy boost. Fifth is new credit and inquiries. Every time you apply for credit, you get a hard inquiry. Too many in a short period makes you look desperate. Be strategic. Only apply when you have a plan. Limit yourself to 1 or 2 every single quarter unless you're doing a strategic credit stack, which we're going to talk about later. Listen, if you've been doing this for years, struggling with bad credit or lack of business funding, and you just want my team to handle it all for you, links for credit repair and business funding are in the pinned comment and the description. So now that you built a pristine personal credit profile, you're speaking the language of personal lenders. But to unlock the big money, the 6 figures of business lines of credit, you need to give your business its own financial identity. Here's how to set up your business so you look the safest, most fundable company possible in the eyes of the underwriter. And you don't need money to start. You need the right profile. Most people operate as a sole proprietorship, and that is a huge mistake. There's no separation between you and your business. Your personal assets are at risk, and you can't build business credit. You're leaving massive funding opportunities on the table. So step 1, you got to choose the right entity type. For most entrepreneurs, an LLC is the sweet spot. It provides personal asset protection, and it's what banks are most comfortable lending to anyway. Go to your Secretary of State website and file for an LLC, or even go to busy.com. Takes 5 minutes or less, usually costs about $50 to $200 or so, and takes about a week to process, right? Now, step 2, create a fundable business name and NAS code. Lenders have high-risk industries that trigger automatic denials, like trucking or real estate investing. Choose a neutral professional name. Avoid risky keywords. Instead of like the deli trucking or real estate or properties or investments, I could do something like Colin Matthew Enterprises, Management, Ventures, Global, Consulting. For your NAS code, pick a low risk one. For example, instead of real estate investing, choose residential property managers. A small shift makes a huge difference. Step 3, you got to establish a professional business footprint. Look, a lot of people get this mixed up with virtual offices, things like that. You can use your home address, you can use your cell phone number as long as it's the local area code, and you can use a gmail.com. Just make sure it's a professional email. From there, you're going to want to get your free EIN from irs.gov website and open a business checking account at your local bank. That's non-negotiable. Now you've got a pristine profile and a perfectly structured business entity, 2 powerful financial identities. It's time to put them to work. This is where we combine everything into a strategy that can 10x your funding potential almost overnight. The art and science of credit stacking. What if I had told you that you could apply for $100,000 or more in business funding from 5 different banks all within the same week and have each of them see a fresh report with no inquiries? This isn't like some loophole. It's called credit stacking. If you apply for Chase on Monday, Wells Fargo on Tuesday, and Bank of America on Wednesday, you're shooting yourself in the foot. A lot of those banks are going to see those inquiries and deny you for looking desperate. You're playing checkers while the banks are playing chess. Here's the secret. Not every lender pulls from the same credit bureau. Chase might use Experian, US Bank will typically use TransUnion, and Truist, let's say, will use Equifax. And if you know which lender pulls which bureau, you could apply with a TransUnion lender on Monday, an Experian lender on Wednesday, and an Equifax lender on Friday. And each will only see you as their one and only applicant. Here's how to do it. First, you got to research and plan. Create a target list of lenders and find which bureau they use for your state. You could use online forums like MyFICO or credit boards, or check out more of our YouTube videos to verify. Group your target lenders by Experian lenders, Equifax, and TransUnion. Second, order your lenders from the most inquiry sensitive to the least inquiry sensitive. Banks like Chase and US Bank are very inquiry sensitive, and then banks like American Express are not so inquiry sensitive. You could save those for the end of your funding sequence. Third, you want to execute in a relatively tight window, about 30 to 60 days or so is fine, and submit all those applications within the same month or so. This minimizes the chances that one inquiry posts before another lender checks it. A sample stacking sequence might look like Chase Inc. for Experian, US Bank for TransUnion, and Truist for your Equifax. You can alternate the bureaus to spread out all those inquiries. Finally, you're going to want to monitor your reports in real time. I like to use IdentityIQ credit monitoring service so you get alerted with each hard pull and which bureau it landed on, and you know what to apply for next in your funding sequence. Link for IdentityIQ $1 trial is in the description. Now remember, debt is only dangerous when you're working for the debt instead of the debt work for you. Mastering this system is very powerful in getting access to funding, but doing it alone can be intimidating. So what if you had a team of experts to guide you? build a custom funding plan, and even handle your credit repair or your business credit applications. My team at Freedom Funders has helped thousands of business owners, investors, entrepreneurs execute this exact strategy. We've built a white glove service to speed up your results and get you maximum funding possible. So thank you so much for watching this video so far. I'm offering you a complimentary credit mastery strategy session with my team. It's completely free, no obligation call, where we'll review your unique situation, your credit profile, and build a personalized plan to get you funded. So click the link in the description to book your free call today. Your financial future is waiting. Let's build it together.